Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Keystone Academy. In this series, we are talking about Premiere Pro Basics, and in this first episode, we are going to discuss why you should organize before you edit. So we're going to talk about why organizing your files is important to make your editing process more efficient, but also so you don't see messages like this, or this, or this. So what we're going to do today is we are going to use some footage from a promo that we shot a little while back for an artist named Dylan Pierce, and we're just going to organize it both on our computer and then bring it into Premiere and organize it in there. So here we have a new Premiere project that I just opened, but before we go ahead and set up this project, what we're going to do is actually organize our files on our computer first. So I'm going to open up this folder, and in here I've copied over all of the elements that we will need for editing this project. And what we want to do is we want to create subfolders within this to organize all of our material. So what I usually start out with is a footage folder. So we'll go right click, new folder, and we'll just call this footage. And I know that I'm also going to want a graphics folder, so I'll go ahead and make graphics. And then we'll do one for audio as well. All right, so now I've created my three main folders. You can create obviously other folders for videos if you have more elements. A lot of times I will create ones if I'm using After Effects and incorporating some animations that I've done in there and kind of use that to transfer between After Effects and Premiere if you're not using the linked comps. So now that I've created my folders, I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop all of my stuff into these folders. So right here, this is all footage. So I'll go ahead and bring this into the footage folder. All of these graphics, these are all just images. We're going to put these in the graphics folder. And then we have this aspect ratio overlay, which I didn't actually use for this project, but just so we can kind of show you how to organize that, we'll drop that in graphics as well. And then these are all music tracks. So we will bring all of these and drop them into audio. And so the reason why we're doing all of this is because it's important to keep all of your content within one folder on your hard drive, preferably an internal computer hard drive as opposed to an external hard drive, a flash drive, or something like that. If you don't have all of your files in one place, Premiere can lose your media. The best way to explain this is that Premiere is more of a map for where all of your footage and elements are located. The Premiere file itself does not actually contain the footage that you import. A program like PowerPoint, for example, is actually the complete opposite. So if you put a picture or a video into a PowerPoint, those pictures and videos will actually be embedded in that PowerPoint, and all you will need is the one PowerPoint file. But with Premiere, like I said, that is completely different, so you really have to be careful as to where all your files are located. So all those messages that I showed you that popped up before that said media not found or media offline, that's because those files were connected to the Premiere project from a different source. So if you were to plug in a flash drive and import files directly from the flash drive and then take that flash drive out, those files would no longer be in the project. So now that we've explained that, we can go ahead and import all this stuff into Premiere. So I'll go over to New Project, and I will call this File Organization Demo. And I'm just going to do this to the root of the folder as opposed to putting it in a folder itself, because we'll only have one project file. That way we can access it quickly. All right, and now I have opened this project and we are in the assembly format, which is perfect for what we want to do, which is go ahead and import and organize all of our files before we actually start editing. So the way I like to do this is by creating bins. So you want to make bins in the same format that you make your folders on your computer. So we will go ahead down here and click New Bin, and we will call this first one Footage. We will make another one for Graphics, and then we will make a third one for Audio. So let's go ahead and import our footage. So we'll go to our footage folder, and I will shift click so that I get all these at once, and I will go ahead and drop them in, and then minimize this. There we go. So there's our footage. We'll go back, go to our graphics folder, and here are all of our graphics. So we will drop this in here. And then last but not least, audio. So we'll grab all of our music tracks and drop those in the audio folder and minimize that so we can see everything. And one really good thing to do, as well as just making these bins, is to make sub bins if you have specific things to organize. So for audio, sometimes you'll have, like if you're doing a feature, you might have interview audio as well as music. So within your audio bin, I would probably make an interview bin and then also a music bin. For footage, in this case, we have all of these are B-roll clips, and then this first one should be our interview. So what I can do to make this a little easier on myself is make an interview folder or bin, put the interview in there, and as you can see, I'm clicking on the bin itself and then clicking new bin to create a sub bin, and then this will be B-roll, and I will drop the rest of these, shift click, into the B-roll folder. So you can obviously minimize these as you wish to make it easier to navigate. And then for graphics, I will put a pictures subfolder so that all of these pictures, make sure I get all these, go into the pictures folder, and then I can make another folder for overlays and put this in here. All right, so now we have all of our footage, audio, graphics organized, so we would be able to go ahead and proceed with editing this project. Now remember that the reason we do this is not only to help make our editing workflow smoother and simpler, but it's also so that Premiere doesn't have trouble locating your files. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and make sure you hit subscribe for more Premiere Pro tutorial content.